Hello, goats. If you like to know what is coming this 2025, watch this video because I'm going to be consulting the cards to see what are the insights and what are the predictions they have for this 2025. So if you would like to know the collective energy, or if you would like to know what are the highlights of this 2025 for your spiritual year, watch this video because the cards will be giving us an insight into what is coming. But before we jump into the message of the cards, let me introduce myself. I'm Helder, the Tarot Goat. I'm a symbolic tarot reader, which means that I read the symbols and elements that we find in tarot to give you the message that you need to hear. I believe in synchronicity, so I believe that at the moment that we pull the cards, they're going to have the messages that need to be interpreted for us to become the greatest of all time. So my goal with this 2025 prediction is give you all the insights that you need to become a goat this 2025. And well, the structure for this reading is going to be my most famous reading, the 2025 predictions, which is a 5-card reading in which the first card is going to represent the collective energy of the year, like the signifier. And then the following 4 cards are going to represent 1/4 of the year. So the first card is going to represent, the second card is going to represent January, February, and March, then April, May, and June, then July, August, September, and then October, November, December. And since this is a special video, a special reading, I also will be adding a Divine Master Oracle card to see what is the divine guide for this 2025, and also one animal spirit card to see what animal spirit energy we're going to be channeling. So now that we know the structure of the reading, now that you know that this reading is also for entertainment purposes only, so the message of the card should not be taken or considered as facts, not as general, judicial, financial, or medical advice, because what the card says will never be fixed in stone. You always are going to have the free will and power to build and create the future that you desire. Let's find out what is the signifier card for this 2025. And the first card for this reading, we have the High Priestess in a reverse position. And this is the card of intuition, this is the card of alignment with the higher self. So this card tells me that this 2025, we're going to be receiving a lot of divine guidance. We're going to be receiving a lot of information that is going to help us in our spiritual journey. Nevertheless, it seems that this guidance will also come with intrusive thoughts. So this 2025, we're going to be fighting intrusive thoughts. We're going to be fighting, those negative thoughts and feelings that are, that would like to bring you down and that would like to self-sabotage yourself. So the duty or the, let's say, work for you for this 2025 is identifying what thoughts and feelings are intuition and which one are intrusive thoughts, because you're going to be receiving a lot of messages during this year. You're going to be receiving a lot of knowledge, but if you don't learn how to be discerning with the ones that actually are going to help you evolve and the ones that are actually going to self-sabotage, it could be a challenge. So during this 2025, focus on trusting on yourself, connecting with your higher self, and believing in everything that you got, because you have the knowledge, you have divine knowledge. During this 2025, you're going to be foretelling the future a lot. You're going to know what things, you're going to know what is going to happen before it happens, and that's the beauty of the High Priestess. But since it's coming reversed, it's telling me that you are not going to be listening to yourself, and then when you realize that you were right after it happened. So avoid that. Trust your intuition. Trust that inner voice that you have, because that's what is going to help you, or what is going to guide you during this 2025. And that's great. But let's complement this signifier with the animal spirit card, because let's remember that in shamanism, it is believed that um, we channel different animal energies through our life. I'm going to be doing custom predictions for everyone after I finish a collective reading. So hang on, because after the reading is done, you can drop a comment on any of the social media that you're watching, Instagram, X, or YouTube, and you'll get a customized message. But back to the collective reading. Shamanism believes that we channel different animal energies in our life to help us overcome our obstacles, to help us, transition through the different stages of our life. So let's see what is the animal spirit energy for this 2025. And the animal spirit energy is the dragonfly. Now, the dragonfly is a card that represents the element of air. So it seems that this 2025 is going to be very light. It's going to feel like a breeze. Well, we're going to be divinely guided. So we just need to go with the flow, and we just need to connect with yourself to receive all the knowledge that we need to overcome all the obstacles. But nothing is going to be too big. There's not going to be great obstacles. There are not going to be great challenges. It seems that everything is just going to be really light, really you know, weightless. So during this 2025, we need to take advantage to rest. We need to take advantage to enjoy life, because it's going to be a light year. Let's not bring burdens on ourselves, and let's not, stress ourselves when things just don't go fast, because it's going to be a light year. It's going to be pretty, cool, pretty down low, I think is the right word. Sorry, I'm dropping all the cards. But now let's see the Divine Master for this 2025 and what energy we're going to be needing during this year. And for the Divine Master for this 2025, we have Shiva, the Divine Master of Karma Release. And I love this because, numerology speaking, 2025 is going to be a year number 9, because when we add 2 plus 2 plus 5, it gives us 9. And 9 is the number of closing cycles, of climax, of overcoming obstacles, or preparing for the next stage. And Shiva is just the god of karmic release. It's just the god that represents the end of cycle. It's just the god that represents paying your debt so you can move forward in your life. So it seems that this 2025, you are going to be closing a lot of cycles. You're going to be overcoming, or let's say concluding some business. You're going to be finding a solution to your problems, and that's going to help you evolve. That's going to help you move forward in your journey. It could be emotional, it could be, financially, it could be in all senses, because it's a year number 9, and also a wood snake year in Chinese astrology. So it's going to be a really good year for you to flip the page, to heal, and more importantly, to open yourself to the new beginnings and the new things that are going to be coming. And well, we're going to be closing a lot of cycles, because it's going to feel like really light. It's going to be very, it's going to be like a low key year, helping you evolve, helping you grow, helping you uh, get to the next level of life. But now let's move on into the quarters to see how the energy is going to progress through the year. But before, let me remind you that if you like a personalized 2025 prediction, you can book this reading on my website, and you can have the predictions for your life, because this is a collective reading. This is the collective energy. This is what most of us are going to be feeling. And remember that since it's collective, when we pull a card, it can mean one thing for you, but one thing for completely different for someone else. So keep an open-minded and try to adapt or understand the message that the cards have for us, because it's going to be different for everyone, even when it's the same card. But if you like a more personalized reading, feel free to book on my site and we can do it. But now, let's see what is the message for this, the first 3 months of this year, January, February, March, and we have the world. And I love this because this card tells me that the first 3 months of the year, we're just going to thrive. Things are just going to flow in your favor. The universe is going to be helping you fulfill your goals. Everything is just going to be easy. So let's take advantage of this knowledge because that's how tarot works. Tarot predicts, but at the same time, it gives you the insight of the things that you need to do in order to keep moving forward in your spiritual journey, financial journey, emotional journey, whichever journey that you are. So during these first 3 months of the year, everything is just going to flow. The universe is going to be conspiring on your favor, and it's going to just feel easy. It's just going to, everything that you want to accomplish, you're going to accomplish it. Everything that you want to start, the universe will provide you everything for you to start. You just have to take action. You just have to, take advantage of this time. If you have projects, if you have big dreams, these first 3 months of the year is good for you to start because everything will just flow. Everything will just, it will feel like a game in easy mode. Everything is just going to be very easy. And that's great. That's the vibes that we want. And well, we are predicting it with the dragonfly. So it's going to be a thing the whole year. I'm get that feeling. But sorry, let's see the second card to see how things are going to progress for the month of April, May, and June. And the card for the second trimester of the year, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Again, confirming that this year the universe is going to be conspiring in your favor because this is a card of good luck. No matter how it comes out, the Wheel of Fortune always represents good luck. So this 2025 is going to be a good year. I mean, numerologically speaking, in the Chinese astrology, no matter how you look at it, this 2025 is going to be a good year because the universe is going to be helping us grow. It's going to be helping us evolve. It's going to be helping us achieve dreams. So dream big. Don't be scared to, sound like crazy when you dream because it's good things. Good things are coming. The universe is going to be helping you, and you could be surprised with how much you can achieve this year. And we need to keep in mind that we have the High Priestess in a reverse position that can represent intrusive thoughts. So when you see that things are going super good during the first semester of the year, don't self-sabotage. Don't, feel bad. Don't start telling or asking yourself that's too good to be true or that you are not deserving of what is happening in your life, because this 2025 is gonna feel real. It's gonna be just really amazing because we are just gonna be receiving a lot of blessings. Everything is gonna be working out. It will feel so real, and that's when you need to tap into your power. That's when you need to tap into everything that you have inside of you. Because when you are connected with the universe, you'll receive guidance, you'll receive positivity, you'll receive all the knowledge that you need to keep thriving. So the first semester in general is going to be a really, really good semester. Everything is going to be flowing. All the goals are going to happen like you are just expecting them to happen. The universe is going to be conspiring on your favor. So let's do the best that you can during the first semester. Focus all your energy, focus all your work, because it will be channeled in the right direction. And that's good because when we have that insight, we can always, do more and not procrastinate and don't be lazy, because you know that during this time, everything that you do will succeed. But now, let's see how the year progresses. But before we pull the card for the third trimester of the year, let me remind you that if you don't follow me already, please follow me on my social media, on Instagram, X, or YouTube. Especially in YouTube, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. And if you like a monthly message from the cards, you can always subscribe to my X for $5 a month, and you will receive a quick video every month with the message the cards have for you. I'm about to be posting or sending the videos today, right after this live is over. I'll record the videos for my subscribers on X so they can receive the guidance the universe has for them. But now, back to the reading. Let's see. Sorry. What are the vibes for the months of July, August, and September? And the card that we have is the Hangman, upright. And the message this card has is that during this month, well, we're going to be continuing receiving good things. Now we're going to be starting to fight for what we want, for what we believe is right. And there are going to be some consequences, but it's part of the journey. If you really establish the goals that you want during the first semester of the year, well, you will have to eventually fight for what you want. And it's during the third trimester of the year that those challenges are going to come up. Is that when you're going to have to really prove yourself that you want it and that you're worth of it, because even when the universe can help you, you always have to prove yourself and believe yourself worthy, so you can keep amassing greatness, wealth, whatever that you're working on. So during these uh, months of July, August, and September, you're gonna be put a test. You're gonna be tested if you really want what you want. If you really expect to, if you're really willing to fight for what you want, and if you prove yourself, well, you'll get the rewards. Because as we can see, the halo around the hangman head represents that you are right and that you can actually get what you want if you stick to it. But sometimes we need to sacrifice connections or things or material wealth in order for us to get what we want. So see that as an investment. And that's interesting because you have a whole progression here. Everything is going well until we get tested, until we have to prove ourselves worthy. And especially during this month, don't listen to the intrusive thoughts, because that's going to be a recurring thing this year. But it's because everything is going to go like so good. Everything is going to feel like so easy. Everything is going to feel like, too good to be true, that we're going to have those intrusive thoughts. So it's a good thing that we're going to have intrusive thoughts, because they will come because things are going to go really well. And I love that. That is great. But let's see how this year will conclude with the last card for today, that will represent the months of October, November, and December. So let's see what's the message the cards have for the last quarter of the year. And we have the Seven of Cups, the card of choices. And I love this because, as we can see, we have the figure that is looking at 7 cups are filled with different things in it. And this card tells me that for the last quarter of the year, we will have to make choices. It seems that we're going to be reaping a lot of positive things that will bring a lot of opportunities. And by the end of the year, you will have to choose which opportunity you are going to follow. You will have to choose what is it that you really actually, what is the path that you want to take. And you will have to choose into one project or one dream that you need to start to materialize, because it seems that all this transition, all this journey that we're going to have next year is going to lead to opportunities. But there are going to be so many opportunities that you don't know which one to follow, because you will want greatness, you will want knowledge, you will want money, you will want power. But focus on making your mind and chasing one at the moment, because if we stand up before all the options and we don't make our mind, we'll never progress. So, sorry, make sure to make a decision. Do not carry on the choices, do not carry on the decision that you need to make into 2026, because if you make your decision during 2025, you're going to take advantage of how good the year is going to go so far. It's going to be a year that is going to be really good. It's going to be really kind to us. The universe is just going to flow with us. It's just going to help us. And well, it will test us as well, but you're going to have the rewards for standing up for what you want and for sticking for believing in yourself, and more importantly, for defending what is it that you want. So be open to flipping the page, be open to finding climax and conclusion to the obstacles or situations that you're going through at the moment, because all this conclusion will come, everything will flow, you will find a solution for everything that you're going through, and it's just going to be a really good year in general terms. Just make sure to listen to your intuition and avoid listening to your intrusive thoughts. But remember, intrusive thoughts will come because things are just gonna go super well, which I love. So that's the message the cards had for us for this 2025. I really hope that this reading resonates with you all, and I invite you to save this reading, and set a reminder in your phone, because sometimes these prediction readings, even when they may make some sense when we watch it, when we do it, it makes even more sense when we rewatch it during the right time frame. Sometimes, we pull a card today and it doesn't mean a lot to us, but when the time is right, we can fully grasp that message from the cards. So save this video and try to watch it again on, let's say, April, July, and October, the initial month of each quarter, because in that way, you will, keep in line with the message, and you can, refresh the memory of the insight that tarot has for this 2025. That's how I like doing these prediction readings. And well, remember that if you like a prediction reading for yourself, you can always book it on tarotgoat.com, my new website, and discover what is the insight the cards have for you. Then again, thank you so much for watching, and well, tell me what you think about this video. Drop a comment so I can, read your feedback. And if you'd like me to do videos on a specific topics, drop a comment and let me know, because I'm going to be creating more videos this year. It's my goal for this year to dedicate more time to YouTube and create content for you, teaching you more about the spirituality, occultism, tarot, because I think that's what people is needing at this moment. There's a lot of questions around and no one is actually answering. So I'm going to try to fill up that space. So if you have any questions about tarot, spirituality, numerology, esoteric, or anything of the sort, drop a comment and I will create videos about that. And well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Also, if you drop a comment on YouTube with a question for this 2025, I will be pulling a card for you all, but only on YouTube, because I want to grow my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next time. Bye-bye.